Yo guys, it's CFB. Welcome back to a brand new video. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back, yes, with another match preview and yes, another away game. West Ham versus Chelsea. Look, despite what you think about the Bournemouth ground, you know how much Bournemouth can be a bit of a bogey team to us. We got that victory last week, but it's a certified bogey team. This is, and as we get into it, you know, I will go into all of that and why it's a bogey team and a bogey ground especially. So, without further ado, before we do get into the video, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notifications so notified every time I upload a video. Also, first link in the description is my streaming channel. Go and check that out. Be very much appreciated. And without further ado, obviously, let's jump straight into it. So, I would have got a video out, by the way. Obviously, my last video was the match review for the Bournemouth-Chelsea game where we won 1-0. I would have got a video out in between all of that. But I can't lie, I was void of ideas. There was no breaking news. There was nothing that was really coming up to my head to do a video on. There will be videos coming through more thick and thin as time goes by. So be ready for all of that, obviously. So without further ado, obviously, let's jump into the match preview. So West Ham versus Chelsea. This is going to be tough. And in my opinion, look, we've got a good run of fixtures where we can pick up points now. We have. And in my opinion, we have to, because the tough fixtures are going to start coming in thick and fast very, very soon. They just are. It's only a matter of time. I think it's only another like 4 game weeks until we got Liverpool. And then the bigger teams start to come through. Look, West Ham, good team. Very, very strong team. In fact, they have, you know, they've upgraded in pretty much every single position in the summer. In the summer, they were moving more brazy than what we were, apart from towards the end. They've got a good team. They've got a good team. But it's still, in my opinion, a must-win. Like, if we look deeply in the table right now, we've played 4 games. Everybody's played 4 games. West Ham are currently lying on 4 points. They've got 1 win, 2 draws, 1 loss. Whereas compared to us, we've got 7 points, 2 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. So, you know, as I look at West Ham as well, they have conceded more than us. No, they have. Wait, have they? No, we've conceded. That cannot be right. Oh no, we've scored 8, conceded 5. I thought we conceded 8, scored 5. I was like, wait, that can't be right. No, we've scored 8, conceded 5. West Ham have scored 5, conceded 6. So they're a bit more, you know, we're a bit more balanced. Which, again, you expected. Look how much money we've spent over the years. You expect us to be more balanced. What I can also say is, at this stage of the season, 4 games in, we've got more points than we did last stage of last season. Like I said, this game's going to be tough. I don't want anybody thinking this is going to be a light game. West Ham have players like Kudus, who I'm a big fan of. Somerville, who they brought. Fulkrug, he's slow as shit, but I tell you what, he's a striker. He's potent. I think we saw that in the Euros recently. He's very potent. They have Max Kilman as well, another player I would have liked at Chelsea, to be fair. I saw him as kind of a Gary Cahill type player. I would have liked it at Chelsea, but we didn't take him. They've obviously got Todibo as well. They've brought in a lot of good players. They have. And it's going to be, in my opinion, way tougher than what it was last year. It just is. Now, look, you're probably thinking, oh, why would it be tough? We beat them last year 5-0. Yeah, but that was at the Bridge. We beat them 5-0 at the Bridge. And look, if we do that tomorrow, we replicate that tomorrow, I'm going to be happy as Larry. You know what I'm trying to say? But is it going to happen? I don't know, because the last time, like I said, we're not talking about home, we're talking away, yeah? So at West Ham's ground. The last time we beat West Ham was March the 6th, 2017. West Ham won, Chelsea 2. And if I'm not mistaken, that was the game where we did that lethal counter-attack where Eden Hazard went around the keeper and slided it in. That was the year we won the Premier League, 2016-17. That was the last time we beat West Ham away. And I'm talking with fans in the ground, because obviously if you're talking COVID times, look, fans play a major part in goals. Well, not goals, in matches, especially at home. They play a major part as if you win or lose the game. Last time we went to West Ham and won, from what I can see of here, was March the 6th, 2017. That is what? 2023, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. That was 7 years ago. 7 years ago. This is a bogey ground. And I think the worst match I think I've seen when we've gone to West Ham and lost was, if I'm not mistaken, under Tuchel, with that goal where West Ham's fullback scored his shot, and Mendy reacted so slowly to it. It was like 10 seconds after it hit the back of the net, and then he dived. You know, that game was atrocious. Like, that game was atrocious, and we always seem to drop stinkers at West Ham's ground. We always do. We always seem to drop absolute rotters. Like, the game stinks. We're usually good for the first 10-15 minutes of the first half and second half, and then we drop off, fall. We fall. I don't know what it is. Maybe we get sucked into it. I don't know what it is. West Ham are a very physical team. Very physical team, especially defensively. Defensively, I don't know if they still play their back three or a back five, but if it is how they did when we played them when they had Moyes, because obviously they ain't got Moyes anymore, then it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. We need to be on it tomorrow. We cannot perform how we did against Bournemouth in this game. Like I said, the last time we beat West Ham, with fans at the ground, by the way, with fans at the ground, not COVID times, with fans at the ground, last time we beat West Ham, went to their ground and beat them, like I said, was March 6th, 2017. Get that in your head. March 6th, 2017. That's like 7-8 years ago. You know, this is not going to be a walk in the park whatsoever. Whatsoever. We've got the quality. It depends on what Chelsea's going to turn up. What Chelsea's going to turn up. Now, my worry is, and I'm going to get into it in the starting 11 in a minute, I see why people are saying go with Nkunku up front. I do. More potent. We need that right now. In this moment in time, we need a striker that's more potent, who's looking to put chances away with fewer chances than what Jackson does. Jackson, more chances, he would likely get 1 in 5, 1 in 4. Whereas Nkunku, you expect him 1 in 3. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, he is more potent, but my worry is, and he showed physicality against Bournemouth, trying to squeeze in between them two players, shove one of them out the way and score. I get that, but against West Ham's defence, it's not going to cut it. Honestly, it's not going to cut it. Imagine putting Nkunku in the middle of a back three of Max Kilman, Tadibo, and I think, did they still have Zuma? I don't know, but imagine a 5'9" striker in between a bunch of 6'4" plus defenders. Big giants. You got to think. You know, it's like, it's going to be tough. This is. I'm really worried about this fixture. Very worried. But I do think if we can beat West Ham tomorrow and get that dagger win, I think the confidence in the Chelsea team will skyrocket from this. Because yes, it's a London derby. It's a London derby. Getting a win in a London derby is immediate confidence boost. But not just that, I think the players know that this is a bogey ground. It's a hard ground to go to and get a win at. We get that, bang, we go up an extra notch of confidence. My other thing that may be giving us a little bit of a leeway in that sense, in terms of, you know, we have maybe caught West Ham at a good time, is because compared to Moyes, I don't know what manager they've got right now, but obviously they don't have Moyes, but it's a completely different philosophy. It's a completely different philosophy with a lot of players they bring in. Yes, we're doing that as well. With Maresca, completely different philosophy to Pochettino, and we have brought in a lot of players, but the players we brought in are significant quality, and we have got more than enough quality in that team that have played together for a long period of time compared to West Ham. We have. So, that's the one thing I'm clinging on to, because if that's not the case tomorrow and West Ham play the football that they're meant to play, then, and especially we turn up the way we did against Bournemouth, we're going to get beat. We will. And I don't think we can afford to get beat in this type of game. I really don't. We need points. Plus, I don't want to be below United. So, you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, without further ado, enough talking. Let's move on to the team lineup I will go for tomorrow. So, the lineup I will be going with for tomorrow is quite easy in a sense. It's going to be right here on the screen. Obviously, I'm going to go through position by position the players I've chosen. Then I'm going to go through why I chose the players. So, it's going to be right here. Robert Sanchez in goal. Renato Viegas a left back. Levi Colwill, Wesley Fofana as your two centre-backs. Marco Correa as a right-back. Let me get into it in a second. Enzo Fernandez a DM. Let me get into it in a second. Moises Caicedo, right centre-mid. Cole Palmer as a left centre-mid, but obviously it's an advanced 8/10. Yao Felix off the left wing. Let me get into it in a second. Madueke off the right wing. And Kunku as an ST. Now, there's a lot of experiment here in this lineup. I get it. But as I go through it, you will understand a little bit more why I have gone with this. So, Robert Sanchez is actually, for the first time I think I've ever said this, self-explanatory. He dropped a stellar performance against Bournemouth. In fact, I didn't see enough of our fan base giving him enough credit after the game. It was all just Sancho and Nkunku, which I think is unfair because I think in that match, if it wasn't for Robert Sanchez, we would have lost it. So, props to Robert Sanchez. I don't like him, but if he continues to play like that, I'm going to really like him. Robert Sanchez in goal. Renato Viegas a left back, but he's going to be doing the left centre-back role. So he's going to be inverting into left centre-back. Cucurella inverting into the midfield. That's what we have to go with because we know we play an inverted system. But if it was me, I'd just keep him a simple fullback personally. But it's not going to be like that. So I would have him dropping in as a defender because I think he's stronger than Cucurella being a right centre-back. I don't think that would work. So maybe Cucurella inverting into midfield would be better for us. But also Viega, the only left-back option there. But I don't think we're going to play Chilwell in these type of games. Levi Colwill, left centre-back, obviously. Keep Levi Colwill and Wesley Fofana as our two centre-backs. Colwill was decent against Bournemouth. Wes wasn't. But I'm expecting players to be off form every so often. But I want those two to keep on playing and playing and playing and playing. Gaining that chemistry together. So keep them two as it is. Don't swap it. Cucurella right back, obviously, like I said, he can play right back. We've seen it under Pochettino especially. He can do the right back role if we really need to because Gusto and Reece James are still out. But also I feel like Marco Correa is better inverting into the midfield as a right back than, you know, as a right centre-back. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'd go with Cucurella there. Enzo Fernandez, DM. Why have I gone with Enzo Fernandez, DM? Look, I would have Caicedo in the DM. Well, I would have Lavia in the DM, but obviously he's not fully fit. He is back in training though, so that's positive. But the reason why I put him in DM is because Caicedo is going to be still doing the dirty work. He's going to still be dropping back and helping Enzo Fernandez defensively. In fact, to be fair, I think we've kind of switched to a 4-2-3-1 formation, not position, formation. But I feel like the more Enzo Fernandez operates deeper in games, and we see this with Argentina, the more better he looks. Why? Because he's got the whole pitch to his vision. He doesn't have to be so far up the pitch in their attack, well, in their defensive third, where he receives the ball on the half turn. When he does that, he gets tackled straight away. He doesn't have enough time to dictate the play. Whereas when he's deep, he does. So playing that deep role. Caicedo, right centre mid, he can do that role. He does that role really well. In fact, I think actually, if I'm mistaken, let me know in the comments down below. But I think for Ecuador, I think he does play as just a normal 8. And he does really well for Ecuador in that 8. So play him there. Let's see how it does. I know this is a very experimental lineup, but there should be enough quality here to get the job done tomorrow. Palmer, he dropped a stinker in the last game, but Palmer is Palmer. We know his quality. If he has another stinker, then in my opinion, I think you drop Felix into the 10 and then bring on somebody else. I don't know. But Palmer's Palmer, like I said, you play him. And I think he's going to have a good game tomorrow. Felix left wing. Why have I gone with Felix left wing? And this might be a bit of a brazy one because this happened about 2 years ago now. Well, 2 seasons ago. Probably a year and a half ago. But when I think we lost the game or we drew to the game. But when Felix scored that goal where Enzo Fernandez created for him on the volley. Felix obviously scored that day. and he actually looked decent that day. So I'm judging him kind of off that. But at the same time, I don't want to play Mudryk left wing as well, because I feel like Mudryk in this type of game tomorrow is going to get cooked. But also, I feel like Pedro Neto operates better off the right. So, and Sancho isn't fully fit for the game, yeah, as well. He'd probably come off the bench. So, maybe Felix off the left. I don't know. He can do left wing. We'll have to see how it works. Maybe he operates as a left forward. Sorry, 20%. Nonu Madueke off the right as well. Again, yes, he didn't have a great game against Bournemouth, but keep his consistency up. I'm expecting a couple bad games from some players, especially the very, very young players. But Madueke has been one of our best performers this season. So let's keep playing him. Let's keep on getting the consistency up. And then Kunku as an ST, like I've already explained earlier. Look, we need to create clear-cut chances for him. We cannot be crossing the ball to Nkunku tomorrow. If we are crossing the ball to Nkunku tomorrow, then when Jackson comes on the pitch, we're trying to put through balls into him. I'm going to fume. I'm going to fume because it should be the complete polar opposite. Crosses to Jackson, through balls to Nkunku. That's what it should be. But Nkunku did score the goal. He did make an impact. Jackson was poor. You know, let's see how he does. Nkunku deserves a start after that. He got us the winner. Let's see how he performs. Anyway, that is my lineup for tomorrow. Let me in the comments down below what you would go with. So, going with a score prediction for tomorrow, I can't lie, I'm not confident in the slightest. I am not confident in the slightest. Like I said, this is a bogey ground. It's a 12:30 kickoff as well. I forgot to mention that 12:30 kickoff. Last time we played the 12:30 kickoff was when Mendy did that blunder save. Which he didn't even save, he just reacted so late. We tend to not do well as well on early kickoffs. I'm quite worried about this game. I'm quite worried. I'm going to go West Ham 2, Chelsea 2. I think, look, I don't want to say I want to take a draw because I don't want to take a draw. I want the 3 points. I feel like 3 points is needed as well. West Ham are 3 points behind us as well. So they've not had the greatest start to the season either. Like, I feel like this is the best time to play West Ham, so I feel like 3 points is needed. But I think a draw. I think a draw is going to happen. I think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be a game like it has been recently in recent games with West Ham, where at their ground, where we've been quite sluggish and they've been quite reserved and it's long balls over the top. I don't think it's going to be like that. I think it's going to be quite an entertaining game. I actually think it is. So they've got entertaining players as well. We've got entertaining players. I just think it's going to be 2-2. I really do. I think we're going to fall short tomorrow. I really, really do. And I see us struggling defensively, but that's been the case for every single game we've been playing as of late. So, yeah, we'll have to see how we do. I'm hoping Chelsea prove me wrong because I can literally only see a draw happening from this game. Precisely 2-2. I think 2-2. So, yeah. Let's see tomorrow. Let me in the comments down below what you all think. What's your predictions as well. Be here. Hit the bell notification so every time I load a video. Be here an hour after the game because the match review for that will be coming out. And yeah, please like, subscribe. And I'll catch you all tomorrow. Take care. Peace.